Can y'all hear that? It means deliciousness. That's all I have to say. This is a roast, and I'm making it almost just like my mom used to make. She would make it on Sundays, coming home from church, and smell it from outside. It was so delicious. So the difference is I make mine in a crock pot, which you're going to love. But this is the first step, is that you sear it. So I'm searing the bottom, and I'm fixing to add just a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper to the top. And then I'm going to show you a couple of little steps that will make it super yummy. It might help if I got salt on the roast and not in the pan, but anyway. Can y'all hear it? Isn't that great thing? I just love it. And what this does is it seals in the juices. But I'm just here to tell you, if it is, you know, like a morning and you are hurrying to get out the door, you don't have to sear it. I have made this before without searing it, and because it took so long in the crock pot, the juices are there, and they are delicious. Okay, so let me get my tool, sorry. I'm going to turn it over. And some people sear all the sides. I'm going to sear the top and the bottom. Oh my gosh, look at that, Charlene. This is a bigger roast than I used to make. But
yeah, that is a big one.
Yeah, but they only had this one and a little bitty one, and I didn't know who all was going to be here, so I decided to put a real big one. Okay, we're going to let that sear, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do, just some little tips. We're going to put it in the crock pot on a bed of onions, and then put some liquid on it. And then, towards the end of cooking, with about 2 hours to go if you're on slow, 1 hour if you're on high, I'm going to add carrots, and I thought it would be fun to add parsnips. We love parsnips. They have such a great flavor, mild but really yummy, and some of these cute little potatoes. But to cut, you kind of need them all about the same size. So to cut the parsnip, because the top is always kind of chubby, so to cut it, to make it kind of the same size as carrots, you cut a little bottom off of it, just like you do bell peppers. Remember how we cut that? And then now this, honestly, I cut these about 4 o'clock this morning, so I cut this without meaning to. It should be longer, and you just slice it off like that. And then you have the little bottom, and then you just cut it in half. Cut that in half if you want to. And there you go. They're all the same size this way. So, that's your tip there. The other tip is we're going to add to the pot a liquid. And this is the magic ingredient right here. It doesn't matter what brand. Of course, McCormick's is really good. It's been around for such a long time. But we like an arju gravy. Is that how you pronounce it, Charlene? Arju? Okay. So you add the powder to your cup or bowl, whatever. And then you give a little whisk. Now, if you don't have a little bitty whisk like this, then put it in a bowl if you have a bigger one. But I happen to have this little bitty whisk. And as you're adding the liquid, stir, stir, stir. Whisk, whisk, whisk. There are a lot of things in Louisiana cooking that you just need to whisk real fast. Arju is one. And grits is another. You know what? I think we'll do a video on cooking grits. Oh, that is so good. Okay, and so I want about a cup. That's a cup. I made it right. And see how easy that blended? If you just whisk it, put the powder in first, and then whisk, whisk, whisk. Okay, my kitchen already smells so good. Charlotte, oh my goodness. I'll put that aside. And I'm going to put this aside and then bring over my crock pot. Now, I have to confess that my crock pot, you might have to take up a fund for a new crock pot for me because it is so old, but I love it because it's red. So, anyway, I've sprayed it, or you can add a little oil to it.
Yeah, baby.
Do you think it's good, baby? And the first thing you do is just layer a bed of onions. So I've just sliced these about a quarter of an inch, and you put them on the bottom. This was one, I thought kind of a large onion actually. And it's making me tear up even being cut. It's so flavorful. Then we're going to bring our roast over. The roast, I'm going to add it to the crock pot. And this is a big one, but we will enjoy it, I guarantee you. I'm going to put my pot back on the stove, because remember, these iron pots, skillets, whatever you have, really do hold heat for a long time, so it'll stay hot for a long time, and we don't want anybody grabbing it thinking that it's not hot. Okay, so here it is, and then we're going to add the beef broth with the arju mix. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning. And I'm kind of excited because this is my blend of Cajun seasoning. So hopefully soon you'll get some for yourself. And 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Oh, gosh. I'll tell you a little tip. Anytime you're adding a dry mix to something, you know how sometimes you'll go to a restaurant and get Cajun fries and they come out and they're real dry. If you put oil on the fries before you put the Cajun mix on, or salt, or whatever seasoning you have, it'll make them not taste dry like that. So anyway, here it is. Okay, so now your roast is ready to be plugged in, and some people like to put the potatoes and carrots in after it's cooked for a while, and some people put them in for the whole time that it cooks, which is what I do. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I just put the potatoes around the roast. Honestly, if you do it like this, they are so full of flavor because they had kind of lapped up all of that gravy. And then we'll add our carrots and our parsnips. Oops. And you know, crock pots cook from the side inside. So we are having carrots go wild today. Instead, the puppies are so happy because they love carrots. And then you put it like this. And if you feel like you need a little bit more broth, you can put it in. Just add a little broth to the side where you can kind of see it, but you don't have to. You can. I would add about a half a cup if you feel like you need to. Honestly, this roast is about 2 pounds more than I usually get, so it might need a little more juice. Okay, so we are ready to plug it in, and we will show you this deliciousness whenever it's cooked.
How would you like to become a VIP member of Miss Dana's Kitchen? Miss Dana is now on Patreon. By joining Miss Dana's Kitchen on Patreon, you will get early access to videos, a special tips and tricks video, Miss Dana's Kitchen merchandise, emails delivered directly to your inbox, and much more. There are several membership tiers to choose from, starting at just $5 a month. Miss Dana would love to connect with you. Visit patreon.com/Miss Dana's Kitchen for more information.